another video on this COVID-19 series. Myself Sonali Soma Mukherjee in front of you with a topic in hand, that is genome sequencing of the virus COVID-19. Looking at the current scenario, this topic is really very important to be discussed. In my previous video, if you have not watched, please visit my channel and watch my previous video, which is based on genome sequencing, because that knowledge is going to be very helpful to go on with this video. Genome sequencing of virus COVID-19, why we need to know this, it's very important to know. Along with that, the linking the data sets, why it's important, the data that is acquired from the genome sequencing, how is it helpful to have a relativity with the data sets, and that we will be linking, we will be knowing about it. Next is the global collaborations that has got the capacity or the capability. We are talking about the collectivity and the analyzing of SARS-CoV-2, and last but not the least, indeed a very important topic about the history of this COVID-19 virus, that is the genome characteristics of beta coronavirus and SARS-CoV-2. All this will be discussed in this video. For this, you need to be with me along with genome sequencing on virus COVID-19. Look, genome is the entire genetic material which is present, and this genetic material is a large set of nucleic acids which will be in the form of a stretch. You can find a stretch of nucleic acid having all the 4 letters which are the nucleic bases, that is A, T and GC, and it carries the instruction code to make protein. So the whole of the organism and its making is dependent on this genome sequence. That's why it's very important to study. To study the virus, we need to know the genome sequence so that we come to know about the mutations that the virus has gone through. So genome sequencing of virus COVID-19, it's very important to know, because this will help us to understand the transmission of this virus, the ability of this virus, how far it has transmitted, how far it has evolved and it has changed over a period of time, because it's very natural for a virus to mutate. There is nothing new for a virus that it is mutating, but we need to know on what point it has mutated. Usually it is found in a genome. 2 mutations are found in a genome, but in a whole year, the scientists have predicted how many mutations could have taken place, that we can talk about later in this video. At this moment, the transmission of this virus, the inefficacy of this vaccination process, we can talk about it because it's very linked with the genome sequence of virus COVID-19. Once we know the genome sequence, we can come to know about the virus, its behavior with our immune response, and this would include even the immune response that is there along with our vaccines, means how our vaccines have reacted or acted rather with this mutation. So we can come to know once we know the genome sequence. So this is the importance of genome sequence. The sequence is going to be in such a way that if there is a mutation in the virus, a virus mutates, it's very normal. So the transmission, how far it has mutated, how much the virus has evolved and changed over the period of time. The inefficacy of the vaccination process is also important, and it can be known from further genome sequence. So we see this knowledge of genome sequence is going to play a vital role in knowing the behavior of the virus, how the virus has transmitted, how it has evolved and changed over a period of time, and also how it has behaved along with our vaccines, means what will be the level of efficacy as far as our immunological response is concerned. That will also be including the immune response behavior towards the vaccines and along with the new strain of the virus, that is mutations. A virus will mutate, it is nothing unnatural for us to understand this fact. What happens is a genome is a large stretch of nucleic acid. It's not a small portion. It carries the entire genetic material, and these this stretch of nucleotide is very large in case of human genome, which is over 3 billion. And in this case, if we are looking at the figure, means a viral genome is considered very small. RNA viruses moreover have 30,000. In case of coronavirus, it is only 30,000 letters, means these letters A, T, G, C, we denote it with the nucleic bases. And in this case, where a human genome is such a large stretch of gene carrying the entire instruction manual, you can say, of all the instructions that would help us to make proteins. In case of proceeding with our topic, that is genome sequencing, a genome is a large stretch of nucleic acid. And in case of human genome, if I am talking, the human genome is very large one, and it is almost or over 3 billion nucleotide bases long. So imagine how large it is and how difficult it is to just sequence the entire genome. But we have been successful to know about the genome sequence. Now, transmission of the virus, how it has transmitted, how far it has evolved over a period of time, what are the changes, how it has changed its behavior, what are the new strains. The entire secret can be known to us if we know genome sequence. That's why the study of this genome that you can find, I have drawn something, a band of colors. For us it is a band of colors, but if we study this band of colors, each nucleotide base has been signified, you can say denoted with a particular color. Say A is carrying that red color, T is carrying that blue color. So if we denote colors for it and we get a large stretch of nucleotide, that's what a human genome is all about. A human genome is large, over 3 billion bases long, whereas a viral genome, if I'm talking about the RNA viruses specifically, these are short strands, you can find RNA strands. In case of virus, the nucleic acid, the material, genetic material is either DNA. If it is a DNA virus, if it is RNA, then it is a RNA virus. So in this, and there are some retroviruses also, as I'm not discussing over here virus, so I'm not I'm not discussing what kind of virus at this moment, so I'm not going into it. Otherwise, for RNA viruses, the entire nucleotide sequence would only be 30,000 letters long. So imagine comparison lined up between these two, where a human genome is such a large one and to sequence it's such a difficult job. But we have been successful, and to know this, we have our scientists have done a great job. Past year, the COVID-19 that has shown us, we have come to know about the virus, and the studies have been there, and it has been said, it has been claimed by the experts and the scientists that there is likely to happen 2 mutations in a genome, or you can even take it 33 genomic mutations could take place in a year. So imagine how much the virus can mutate. These RNA viruses have got a great capacity. RNA viruses is a great thing, and linking the data sets would be a great help to our scientists, because we will come to know about the genome sequence. At the same time, this COVID-19 virus, how it has evolved, how it has transmitted, how it has spread, and to what extent it has spread and mutated, that we come to know the behavior of this virus. So immunological response towards our vaccines can also be understood, and henceforth we can say, by linking the data sets, we can come to know the behavior of the virus, also the transmission, efficacy of the vaccination process, and at the same time the knowledge of virus has given us how far that our vaccines have worked, the efficacy level. So immunological response which is going to be generated by our vaccines can also be studied by linking the data sets. And this is a great help, the genome sequencing data. The data that we acquire from this sequence can lead to so many doors where we can come to know about this virus such a lot. Past year, COVID-19 has shown us, has marked us with the knowledge that this virus is this one, but the virus that that was there at that time, it has mutated, it has changed. And how it has changed, where it has changed, how much it has transmitted. The global collaborations to collect and analyze SARS-CoV-2. Yes, here I'm talking about the governing body, where there are a number of scientists working from UK, Belgium and US, and they have done a tough job. And this tough job has led us with this tool. This is a very important tool of genome sequence that we will be using. And here we are talking about the whole genome sequencing, which is used as an advanced tool also to understand the genome sequence of SARS-CoV-2. At the same time, we can also know about the list of protocols. It has been maintained by the governing bodies, and they have set up the tools where we have studied with the whole genome sequence, entire genome sequence we have come to know of the SARS-CoV-2, the points of mutations, and we can go on with further process with Illumina or and although the mutation rate of coronavirus is certainly very high, yet it is 10-fold lower than that of the RNA viruses. So you can well imagine at what rate the RNA virus is capable of mutating. It is coronavirus has 10-fold lower. The rate is much less than other family of RNA viruses, yet due to some mutations in its genome, it has resulted to so many strains. Scientists have assigned specific number to these strains. As you find, these numbers are coming up, B617.1. These are all the mutations that have been talked about and denoted and signified with a specific number where it is mutating. And this study of genome sequencing is a great help. It's not small, it's a great help to know the entire genome. Once we know the genome sequence of this virus, and we can collection of samples can be done from people, from places over a certain population, collection of samples, we can match the data. That's why linking data sets. Once we match the data, we can find out. So knowing the genome sequence of virus COVID-19, linking the data set, and then further we can talk about the transmission, how far it is spreading, how far it is evolving, how far it is changing, how it is behaving with our immune response, which will also be generated by our vaccines. So all this is very linked with this topic of genome sequence. Here the whole genome sequence is going to act as an important tool where we can talk about a list of the protocols. The governing bodies are entitled with this task, and they have a list of protocols and tools that they have maintained to find out, first of all find out, and then talk how we are going to have our strategy prepared. So all these topics have been very linked. So RNA family of viruses is a large family of viruses where coronavirus is only having 10-fold lower rate of mutations. Yet due to some mutations in its genome, we have come up with so many strains. So the transmission power has also been very high. We have only touched with some of the topics in this genome sequence, whole genome sequence or Illumina. It has been not talked about in detail at all. We can talk about its mechanism in some other video. So be with me and encourage me to come up with more videos of this type. Thank you.